Welcome back, everyone, to another Onward VRML 3 cast. I'm your host, TheSkyJoker, and today we are bringing you Task Force 511 versus the Plague-Rists, a NA versus EU challenge match. Go ahead and get us prepared. I hope everyone is having a good day or night so far, depending on where you're living. And two bronze teams in the VRML facing off. This is a challenge match, NA versus EU. Not a normally scheduled thing. These two teams actively decided that they wanted to face each other, and now we will get to see which one comes out on top. According to the recent Button Cup, NA is the superior region over EU, but we'll see if that holds true in this particular match. Go ahead and start with the bans here, which I don't think there's anything too special to read into. As we go ahead and take a look here, the home team Task Force banning Downfall, Plague-Rists, the away team banning Subway. I feel like these are more focused around banning weakness. Maybe Task Force 11 doesn't feel quite comfortable in the long ranges and crosses of Downfall, and Plague-Rists are just not quite comfortable with the twists and turns of Subway. As we saw in a recent cast, it's pretty easy to get lost on it. Again, nothing too surprising. However, what is surprising is our first map here, which is everybody's favorite map with a twist. We're going look here to be starting with Suburbia, but not just any Suburbia. No, that would be too simple. We are starting with Suburbia Night. Go ahead and take a look here in the great darkness that is this urban nighttime environment here. Yes, the beautiful Suburbia. Everybody's favorite, obviously. Especially monos. Look here, we do have one missing player on the side of Task Force 511, but once they hop in here, the action should get started at any minute. For those of you joining us, thank you for being here. Anybody that's new, this is Onward, a first-person shooter in the virtual reality environment. It is a 5v5. In this case, the game mode is uplink, which is comparable to, I would say, search and destroy. Basically, the blue team MARSOC attackers have to get on this satellite uplink over here that's making all this beautiful noise. Ooh, I should actually turn down all of that beautiful noise. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So your ears are not being destroyed by all that. And they must pull out a tablet that is on their shoulder, or on their back over their shoulder, and type in a randomly generated 7-digit code. The Volk, or defending team, about a brown-orange, I would say, they're tasked with, again, defending this uplink. If the cap comes out or the objective is captured, the code is typed in by MARSOC, they gain 2 points. If either team manages to wipe out the other team, that team gets 1 point. And that is the basics of Uplink and Onward. Thank you to all of the sponsors for the VRML that make this viewing experience possible. And we could not do this without them, and it looks like we do have all 5 members of both teams in the lobby. Go ahead and take a look at the roster here. So, on the side of Task Force 511, we have Finks Knight, The Outcast, Special Ops, Moth Valley, and Cody Logan. On the side of Plague-Rists, we got Mr. Tots, I'm gonna butcher this, Yoizi, Shank, Red the Wolf, and BOK TNG. Ooh, we're just going to call it BOK for short. Teams are piled in here. They're probably just preparing their strats and getting ready for the fight that's about to take place. We will be sure to bring you as much of the action as we possibly can here live or 6 minutes in the future past. What is time but a construct? A construct. I will say, though, the aesthetics of this map at night are pretty great. I do enjoy the burning building, the fire returning, and the tracer rounds of the AA guns in the background, all the smoke. It does have some good effects. I cannot argue with that. We will be starting with this southern tank objective, one of the older objectives of the map. I would say it's relatively easy to defend in the right positions. I think if you have solid control of middle house and a solid cross coverage, you should be okay. But, I mean, the attacking team has a lot of opportunities to pick you off if you're peeking from the center. So it kind of works both ways, depending on how you play it. And these are two bronze teams, new to the league. So we could really see anything. I always enjoy watching the bronze teams because they're not afraid to take risks with the crazier plays. We're going to get to see them very soon here as we hop in to round number 1 of map 1. Get those pesky lasers up. We can see exactly where everybody's aiming, and the pre-fire immediately coming out onto the Plague-Rists. Not quite finding it to mark, though, as the defense spreads out. Like they're going to do a kind of a kill box setup. Yoizi being the most aggressive here. FX or Finks Knight picking up Red Wolf over here in the center house as the call out comes out. Yoizi about to have to deal with Cody and Spec Ops, but Moth Valley getting aggressive onto Shank in the APC. Now getting danger close to the objective. Yoizi picking up Cody in the backyard. Yoizi just tearing through the offense over here, but Moth Valley's basically on the objective. He is pushing the tank. Nobody's watching this side of the tank. This could be a cap here. They are not reacting to this side of the tank. Moth Valley is typing in the code, and that is a round 1 cap here. And I have the teams backwards here. That was actually the Plague-Rists getting that cap on round number 1. Let's go ahead and get that fixed. And then we will give them their much-deserved point. All right. Wow. What a beginning cap to start off with. That is what you need whenever you are going into a series like this. I'm guessing that Task Force 511 might have opted to pick Volk, or when they picked Suburbia, the other team picked Marsa. So it's an interesting choice. That's why the team names are switched. Even though Task Force 511 was home, they started off on the Volk side on the first map. So interesting dynamic there. Makes me wonder who actually picked the map and who picked the sides. But I digress. A very, very solid play on the side of Plague-Rists coming in there, clearing it out. Yoizi doing work here over here in the center, kind of shutting down anybody trying to gain center house control. However, they didn't react properly to their lane 4 going down. And as the smokes came out on objective, they had their only chance of catching it was if Yoizi had rotated back into center house or into this carport area to check the back of the tank or the north side of the tank. Without that rotation, nobody could see it. And the cap was open. But let's hop in to round number 2 here and see how Task Force 511 answer back to this aggressive opening from Plague-Rists. Again, the pre-fire coming out here onto the offense now, not finding its mark. Defense once again playing a bit of a box method. Red the Wolf catching Finks being aggressive. Finks getting the first kill of last round, now being the first to die this round, and the trade comes out. Moth Valley and Red Wolf. Moth still resable, though. Getting the call-outs. I'm brighten things up so we can see exactly what's happening. Yoizi with the confirm, but Cody with the refrag. And now the offense making its way through lane 1, a 3v3. Shank with the nice shots onto Spec Ops in the spawn house. Now rushing towards the objective here. He's actually going to choose to go to spawn house. BLK cleaning things up. Task Force 511 with a solid attack as they cut down the flank side of Plague-Rists, giving them a first point. So not a cap back, however, a solid answer to an aggressive start. And we saw a contrast opposite to the last round where Plague-Rists made their main attack on lane 4. However, Task Force 511 had their main attack on lane 1. And they did it well. Now we're going to be moving objectives a little bit further south here to this garage objective. I would say the easiest objective on this map to defend. It is the furthest to the edge. There's a lot of crossing angles that the attackers have to get through. It has some solid last man positions. I think this is going to work in favor of Task Force 511 in order to continue their comeback to equalize things. However, Plague-Rists were looking strong in their attack. If they work as a team, get some utility on these lawns, it could really go either way. Both teams showing that they know how to play aggressively in this close quarter style of map. Looks like they're still preparing their strategies here. Take a look. Something to be noted that Task Force 511 may or may not be aware of. You can actually cap from next to this bed up in the top stairs. So that is an extra location that you do have to defend here. You cannot let them get through that door, which most people try to watch the lawn from these corners. However, you got to watch out for grenades. See if Plague-Rists opt to bring some of those frags and get that utility to clear out the lawn or not. Here we go. We're not going to have to wait too long to find out as we hop into gameplay for round number 3. Ooh, laggy camera. Like we're going to have some C4 coming out from Shank. See exactly where that goes. Curious to see exactly how he plays this. On the offense, we have a 3-2 split, heavy lane 4 approach. And on the defense, with the kill box, Finks picking up one, the outcast assisting with it, now down to a 5v4. Take a look at the lane 1 approach here. They've already crossed through playground. BLK is going to have to peek this, but he doesn't catch Moth Valley as he crosses. leaves a pretty open approach here. They're going to have to deal with Shank in the carport if he hopes to make it to the objective, though. A nice smoke onto there. Finks picking up Yoisey. Yoisey getting downed as well with the trade, and the Outcast getting the confirm. Shank catches the side of Moth Valley, and Spec Ops with the immediate refrag down to a 3v2. The last two defenders now in the spawn house. BL King picking up Cody, and Spec Ops again with the refrag. Solid supporting position coming out from him. The Outcast now has to deal with Red the Wolf as he crosses the line, barely dodging those shots there. Is a 3v1. If they have a good kill count, they could maneuver into a capable position here. Outcast is going to try and peek on him. Red the Wolf is not letting it happen, though. I believe that is a G3 with a drum mag. Plenty of ammo to send down range. Oh, shots ringing out. The Outcast comes out on top. Plague-Rists picking up their 3rd point. Wow. The Plague-Rists, again, showing their strength in teamwork. Special Ops with the great refrags from the playground. Solid reactions onto all those shots to find those kind of peaking defenders, I should say, as they're trying to get their confirms. Again, really enjoying some of the plays that these bronze teams are bringing out. They're looking very solid here. And same objective here. Plague-Rists now just have to pull out the defense, and they will successfully take map number 1 of the series. And that'll be a good foothold to go into map 2 on, with a 4-1 lead. But if Task Force manage to sneak in and get this cap, that will equalize things to a 3-3 and then give them the Volk advantage going into the final round. You won't have to wait too long to find out as we hop into the gameplay for round number 4. Offense doing a 1-1-3 split, it looks like. They're going to run into some early aggression. Moth Valley might pick up Shank, and he does. But the offense has taken middle house almost. The Outcast, the only one to challenge these. Moth Valley looking for one, and the trade comes out. Tots with the instant refrag. Ooh, Yoisey with the nice shot onto the Outcast and upstairs. And then taking out Cody. That's going to open the defense up here. Task Force into a 2v1. Spec Ops, so focused on lane number 4, is not watching his back. This could be very dangerous here if he doesn't check his tablet and realize he's the last one up. As I say that, he's put his tablet in front of him. He should be well aware of the situation he's in now. And I doubt he knows exactly how many enemies he's going to have to deal with here, as all the trades and shots coming out very quickly. Callouts would not have been able to come out. He's going to rotate to a better position, looking for the shots. Has to deal with 2, but can't quite do it. Yoisey getting the shot onto him. Task Force 511 picking up another point. Again, solid teamwork as they clear out the middle house and gain the foothold. Some trades coming out here. The lane 4 approach getting shut down from the spawn house. But it just wasn't quite enough. Moth Valley doing his due diligence to come in behind the attackers got dealt with in a trade back here. Could have gone either way if just one engagement had gone slightly different. That was anybody's round. We are now moving objectives, now moving up into the north section of the map to this red car objective. A very, very hard one to attack as it is wide out in the open, or at least hard to cap. And the defenders just have so many positions that they can just hide in on these lawns. It's not easy to deal with without some solid grenade work. Task Force 511, again, going in with the Volk advantage here. We might see a comeback as we hop into the, or get ready to hop into the next round here. 3-2, still anybody's map as we kind of see some trades and aggressive assaults here. And there's the round timer as we prepare for round number 5 here.
Where are you going, right? Alright.
I'm right over on this other side.
Roger.
Shake,
Right
we got
behind
this,
the
man. If we can take this, we'll take monophins. Pick up monophins.
Task Force 511, still high hopes in the game. They are not out of it yet. Morale is high. That's what we want to see here in the VRML. High spirits, high hope, and good sportsmanship. As we hop into a 3-2 split here on the offense, the defense getting rather aggressive right on the other side of this bush. Yoizi finding Cody. Now looking for 2 more through the hedges. Can't quite find the shots, though. Down to a 5v4 as the lane 4 approach moves its way up here. Yoizi looking for special ops, and he finds him. That's 2 for Yoizi in this map, and now he's going to rotate. Finks picking up 1, but Tots picking up Yoizi in an unfortunate TK on the rotation backwards. That's going to help Plague-Rists bring it to a 3-3 now. That's one of the issues you run into with these night maps. The TKs can be hard if you don't have a full understanding of where your team is going to be. Lots of suppression coming out, so Outcast can make the cross. Shank is on the rotation here. Oh, and Tots shuts him down. But Outcast manages to get on the side of Shank. Still a 2-2. Moth Valley makes the cross towards Tots. Will Tots be ready for this? And he's not. Moth Valley finds his back. Now down to just Red Wolf on the porch of lane 1, looking for the shots onto Moth Valley. Not going to find them. Outcast might find the side. Or this could be a cap, but instead Moth Valley goes for the shots and finds the side of Red Wolf. Plague-Rists picking up map 1. Go ahead and award them that much deserved map win here. A beautiful show of force from both teams. The trades, the back and forth. Just great aggression, honestly. The teamwork and the organization. This is still anybody's series. Although I'm curious on what map 2 is going to look like. Oh, Yoizi coming in with the 10-piece. Doing work for Task Force 511. Again, just not quite enough. Any predictions for map number 2? We've got the long range out. We've got a short range out. Gotta wonder where Plague-Rists are going to take this. Maybe a customs? Both custom maps are still in the pool here. Oh, there's the music. As we go into, you guessed it, or maybe you didn't guess it. But either way, we're hopping into quarantine. A more medium to even close quarters engaging type of map here. Overall, a large map though, with those medium close engagement styles. One thing to note about quarantine is the number of objectives that you can get. I believe last I counted, there are 12 possibilities for objectives on this map. Wow. Just so hard to plan for this map because there's just so many different variables. Such a variety of objectives that... I said it's just the hardest to plan for. You have to be ready and prepared for so much. It looks like we are going to be starting with a newer objective. Oh. Plot twist. It looks like we are actually not going into quarantine. Everybody has left the lobby. It might be a rehost. Let's go ahead and figure it out. We might be going to a custom map. Either that or it is just a rehost and still continuing into quarantine. All right, so it looks like we are doing a rehost into a custom map. It is not going to be quarantine. Looks like we are actually heading into Shipyard. Again, one of the new custom maps coming out into Season 11. Have personal mixed feelings, I would say, about this map. It is enjoyable. I think it has a lot of variety. It is competitive. I feel like it's... if you took almost cargo and sand and put them together, you would get Shipyard. So cargo being on the ship itself, more of a cargo style of play, and then off the ship feels more like sand with all the verticality roofs you have to deal with and the kind of tight corridors you can go through with the tunnel. The weird mix up, maybe even a bit of a tanker with those tunnels. Definitely has a variety feel to it. I wonder, how do y'all feel about not just tanker, or I mean, not just Shipyard, but the whole idea of bringing in customs to the league? What are y'all's opinions on it? I'm curious. This is something new coming into Season 11. Go ahead and take a look at the first objective here. Being in the west side of the map. Let's hop into the gameplay view to take a look at it here. In this kind of warehouse setting, it proves to be a little bit Volk-sided in that you can prone under here and watch so many different crosses. You can watch the red ramp. You can watch down in that south, the south coverage or south cross. You can Here, also watch the South Cross. There's just so many positions to watch crosses without fully exposing yourself that the offense is going to have to work really hard to kind of dig them out of their positions. Looks like everybody is in the lobby, so they're just preparing their strategies for the round one. Again, Plague-Rists taking the first map 4-2. A good foothold coming into map 2 here. But Task Force 511 did a really good job at challenging them. They did not make it easy for Plague-Rists. So this series is still anybody's game. We hop into round 1 of map 2.
You're aiming at our round. I'm sorry. Maybe don't look terrorist.
Passing around the drum mags, plenty of ammo to go around. Basically, mini LMGs throughout the team here. We'll see how that comes into play. Ooh, at the setup here, Finks trying to catch one early on. Yoizi right under him. And the shots from Red Wolf onto the roof, catching. Oh no, BLK actually catching Finks, shutting that roof position down. Now Cody looking for the shots across the map onto their rooftop. Looking for Red Wolf and BLK. Tough shots for an LMG, just suppressing. Ooh, and the nice shots from Red Wolf and Cody. Actually, a trade coming out from both rooftops. Cody is only down, though. Go ahead and take a look at Yoizi's position here, running through the tunnels. See if anybody's watching the exit. Looks like not. Nobody is watching the tunnel exit. That could prove fatal. Revive coming out here. Taking a look at the overhead. Again, the rear seems a little weak if nobody's watching the exit of the tunnel. Mr. Tots could get a nice shot onto Cody, but Cody's making sure he can't peek with the suppressive fire. But Shank getting aggressive towards the objective. Gonna get shut down by Moth Valley. Now still looking for Mr. Tots over here on the roof. Plenty of call-outs coming in here, but we're going to have to turn our attention to Yoizi coming in the rear of the defense. Right onto Moth Valley. I don't think Moth can hear him. Oh, and the shots ring out right on him. Oh, and he sees Spectral Ops, but he's not able to get the shots. Red Wolf now the last. Oh, now it's a 2v3. Red Wolf with the trade, and then Cody Logan cleaning things up here. Plague-Rists taking in round number 1 of map 2. Oh, man. The aftermath of the 5 a.m. cast that I did earlier is showing itself. The stutter and speech is real. Yes, so for those of you who weren't able to catch it, I did manage to... I got in late, but I did manage to catch the Oceanic region cast of Sector versus Invictus. It was like 5 a.m. my time. Again, I unfortunately missed their map 1 as my alarm didn't go off, but I did manage to catch all of map 2 and 3. Hopefully next week, if I'm available, I can get the full cast of the Oceanic region matchup. But it is showing me having to get up that early. And thank you everyone for joining us here to view this matchup here. Again, it is a Task Force 511 versus Plague-Rists challenge match. It is EU versus NA. So far, EU reigning on top here. In fact, looking at the connoisseur votes, let's see what the numbers look like. So it is a 25-4 voting, with the majority voting Plague-Rists to come out on top. And so far, they have shown that they deserve that voting system. Again, coming out on top on Suburban Night, 4-2. They're proving their strength. Like we had a drop from Task Force 511. Hopefully that gets situated relatively quickly so we can get back into the action. Also, if there's any weird audio disparities, or if I'm too loud, the game volume is too loud, etc., please let me know. I just did some adjustments to everything, especially to my mic, so I would sound more loud and hopefully clearer. But if that's not the case, please let me know. I'll continue to get things sorted and situated. Like their fifth is still out. It might have been a drop. Either that or they're rotating someone in, but it's taking a little bit longer than expected. We're gonna go ahead and see. Oh, just as I say that, they have rejoined the lobby, so hopefully we can get the action started here soon. I love the underrated kind of background effects that some of these maps have. In this case, this train system that goes across. Just a aesthetic thing that's quite enjoyable. I don't know, it kind of adds to the ambiance of the map that when you're in game, in the moment, aren't really thinking about. We do kind of a overview of this map. We go to that ship. No, it doesn't look like we can. Oh. Nope, I think we're just gonna get stopped right here. Unfortunate. But again, just a nice little background aesthetic with the map. A little bit of a flyover here. Again, a very dynamic map here with all three of these rooftops being accessible. This one having a third level to it. And then over here on the ship, you have this higher up platform as well. That can allow you to do a variety of things, like get onto these containers. You can drop down to those from that rooftop, from there onto that, from that rooftop. There's so many different ninja-y places that you can get to in order to gain some ambush and tactical advantages. looks like I can stop stalling as we hop in to round number 2 here. And take a look at the action. Again, more drum mags getting passed around, turning all these players into mini LMG users. The 100 rounds going to be sent downrange. A nice early line coming out from Special Ops looking for one on the other rooftop. If Shank pushes out too much, he will get spotted. Trading of shots coming out from the platforms, not quite finding anybody. Again, Shank looking for it. Moth Valley, unfortunately, dying there. Yoisy picking up Finks. And Shank finding the shots onto Special Ops. Quickly down to a 5v2. Outcast and Cody Logan, the last 2 attackers. Oh, and the quick reflexes just barely missing or dodging those bullets as a confirm comes out. And the flank coming out from BLK as he's moved all the way to that part of the ship where Special Ops was sniping from. Hopping down on those containers like I mentioned earlier. He is very far off objective. But if he rotates properly, he could find himself in the back. Shank looking for the shots, but the Outcast falling off the roof. Downing himself. Trying to avoid getting sniped. BLK there for the confirm. But Cody is danger close to the objective. Nobody is actually looking directly at... Actually, I take that back. Nightwolf is on the semi-truck. But if Cody takes him out, this could be a cap. Oh, Cody reflexes, manages to catch Night Owl, but Shank, with the quick rotation, manages to catch Cody. Task Force 511 pick up that defensive round as we trade the Volk rounds. Wow, that was close. Okay, with a long flank. Moth Valley, unfortunately, dying to the game. And the trades coming out. The sniping across rooftops. And the unfortunate falling off the roof. Again, we need a season counter for... Just a global counter for how many people have fallen off things and downed themselves. We've seen it a lot on sand, and we're seeing it a lot on shipyard. Always sucks to be in the moment, but entertaining to watch. As we move objectives over here onto a new ship objective. A very chaotic objective as well. I mean, we're going to go ahead and hop into the gameplay just to take a look at this as the round starts. Wow, perfect timing. But I mean, just look at the positioning of this. Ooh, don't look at that craziness that the camera's doing. I mean, just so many nooks and crannies to deal with. I'm pretty sure you could even cap from right here, I'd imagine, with how close that is to the objective. Just, so cappable. Makes me want to hop in and type in the code. So many nooks you can get into. Curious how the defense is going to look here. Very tight on objective with one. Moth Valley going to take up this southern position here, but Shank shuts him down from under the truck. Down to a 5v4. The other 4 defenders basically right on top of the objective. Nice job working as a team here to suppress the upper platform. Spec Ops finding one. Not enough suppression here to stop Special Ops from peeking out. So 4v4, Yoizi getting right up onto the objective, or at least very close to it now. If he sneaks his way along here, this could be open for a cap. And say he's going to rotate around right into Finks's position.
There's one on the tall building over
BLK finding Spec Ops up on the upper platform. Red Wolf, again, danger close to the objective. If he pulls his tablet out over here, he might be able to cap, but he runs into the Outcast. Coming around the corner, pulling out his tablet while being shot at. Finks shutting that down, but Shank is there for the refrag. Task Force 511 showing their strength on Shipyard. Wow, that was a close one. Just a slight change in pathways between two players, and that could have been a cap. If we had seen some flashbangs, some smoke, I mean, just some more utility all around. They were basically on objective. But they got the kills, and they got the point, and that's all you need. In a very, very chaotic objective. Actually, my first time watching it get played, and I am not disappointed. Go ahead, and while we're waiting, let's take a look at the roster and the kill spread. Go ahead and hop into the gameplay view so we can take a better look at it. Looks like Night Owl Gamer dropped again, but he has returned. A pretty even kill spread here. Nothing too outlandish. It is still anybody's map. Task Force 511 showing the reason why they chose. I think they chose to bring it to this map. Actually, no, this would have been Plague-Rists map choice. Gotta wonder how Plague-Rists are feeling if they brought it to this map. And they're currently on the lower foot. Actually, I believe Plague-Rists started on Volk. So it could be Task Force 511. I'm not sure. They've been choosing some weird sides every map, so, or at least to start out with, so I can't actually tell who's picking what maps. Red Wolf getting very aggressive onto the west side of this ship. Might find the back of the attackers, actually, if they're not prepared for somebody having crossed this direction. Oh, yeah, they are definitely unaware of this possibility. Oh, I think Red Wolf just missed Outcast. No, he might have seen him. He was just waiting to see if there was another person with him. He's going to find the back of Moth. He's going to find the back of Outcast. As he picks up 2 attackers on the ship, now down to a 3v5. Beautiful move on the side of Red Wolf here. Would make for a solid replay. However, I don't think my replays are working currently, unfortunately. Okay, once again in a solid Overwatch position. Almost getting picked off here by Cody. Oh, Cody just dodging some answering shots, but not prepared for BLK's angle. Special Ops with a nice refrag. Down to a 4v2. Special Ops doing the work for Plague-Rists here. Almost getting caught in the side by Yoizi. And Yoizi finds the shots. Down to just Finks. Who I believe is running the Marksman. He's running the 2X on the Marksman rifle. So still capable in the close quarters with the MK. Just been told that the game audio is a little bit low. We can turn that up a little bit. No problem. But let's not miss any of the action here. Finks Knight pushing his way up. The last 4 defenders of Task Force 511 just dancing around the objective, making sure all the angles are being checked. All right, game volume is now up. Nice little smoke and bait here. Yoizi gonna look for it. Oh, and the C4 comes out, but he dodges it. Now finding Red Wolf and is now danger close to the objective. Tablet coming out. Shank on top of the containers. Looking for the shots, but isn't checking the objective. This could be a cap if he doesn't jump down. And it's a cap. Plague-Rists coming out on top. Shank failing to check the objective. Oh, he is not happy about that. Oh, getting capped on right under his nose. Let's go ahead and see if that replay shows up properly. Oh, a little bit off, but it does show up. Man, Shank just barely missing that position. Bringing Plague-Rists to a 3-2 now with the Volk advantage. And let's not forget to give the Plague-Rists that much deserved 2 points from the cap. Oh, and we're going to hop right back into the gameplay view as we waste no time getting into the next round. Ooh, that is incorrect. We are not into round number 3. We are into round number 5. Moth Valley getting very aggressive up the center here. Might find an unexpected Yoizi. Or unexpected Yoizi, but he does manage to get upstairs Moth Valley with the call out. Continuing the push. Gonna get caught by Night Owl and shut down. And just like the previous round, quickly down to a 5v4. Red the Wolf getting danger close to the objective. The ship getting shut down in a trade. Actually, just being downed and the revive comes out. Down to a 5v3. Plague-Rists now stuck on the objective here. Red the Wolf gonna get caught out in a cross, but barely dodges those shots. And he returns fire onto Special Ops. Special Ops narrowly getting around that corner. As the defense is being surrounded, Yoizi in a nice overwatch position. Gonna force the defense into cover. Shank looking for the shots. Finds one. Looking for the second. Doesn't quite find him. He's pushing up. Finds the second. Fink's gonna have to defend this. Missing his shots onto Shank. Shank now danger close on the objective, but Yoizi with the nice drop down from the roof. Finding one under the blue ramp. Evening this up to a 3v3 or 3-2-3. Wow. Both of these teams just showing up to win here. They are playing their hearts out on Shipyard and not wasting any time on these aggressive plays. We are going into a decider point for map number 2 here. If Task Force 11 managed to defend this objective, this will go into a map 3 decider. But if Plague-Rists manage to get on this objective and cap or take down all 5 defenders, this will be the second map for them and therefore the series win. But it is all down to this round for the Plague-Rists. I wouldn't say all down. They always have the next map. But this is series on the line. As we hop in to round number 6.
Also, guys, we should have more time for this. Their 5-minute timer, it should be 6. Yeah.
The offense spreading out here into what appears to be a 3-2 split. Shots from Special Ops find Red Wolf right onto that rooftop. Finks now looking to challenge Night Wolf. Oh, BLK has actually made his way onto the rooftop. Might find Special Ops in the side here. A good shot, but Moth Valley with an instant refrag. Now down to a 4v3 as the Plague-Rists cut into the defense. Shank in a really nice position here on the car goes Night Wolf. Finding Outcast with the FAMAS and now finding Finks with the FAMAS. An interesting gun choice that you don't see too often in the league. Down to a 3v2 now. Moth Valley in the back, Cody in the front. Aiming to secure their victory for this series. Oh, if Shank just pokes and looks down, he'll find the top of Cody. Shank is aware. Ooh, Shank is aware that Cody's there. He's looking for, he drops down, he's gonna find the back of Cody. Down to just Moth Valley with the call out. Ship dead. Nice, clear, and concise call out. Now looking for Moth Valley. Doesn't quite connect, but he's being shot at by Shank from the side, and Shank finds the shots with the SKS. Task Force 511 coming out on top on map 2. Which will bring us to everybody's favorite, a map 3 decider. Curious to see what kind of map we're going to go into on map 3. Probably another mid to close. Judging by how effective both of these teams have proven to be. However, we have seen some long distance pew-pews coming out here. So we might see a longer range map, maybe Quarantine or Snow Peak. Could be anything. Any predictions from chat on where we might go? With Downfall and Subway being banned. Got the close, we got the mid. I gotta wonder if they're gonna take it to the other custom map, Sand. I don't even know who's picking the map at this point, to be honest. Normally it'd be Plague-Rists, or I mean Task Force 511 being the host, but could be anybody, as we seem to have people picking sides as well. But they have chosen the next map. And for those of you who guessed it, congratulations. We're moving into Snow Peak for some long-range pew-pews, as we heard in the last map. But also some close range in the tunnels there, some aggression being possible. It looks like we're going to have another rehost, though. Go ahead and make sure that's not going to take too long. Yes, it'll be just a rehost in order to fix the round timer. As we've had 5-minute rounds this whole time, but they are fixing the issue and changing it to the required 6 minutes. Oh no. Who am I gonna have to beat up for this? All right, so not only have we changed the round timer, we've also changed exactly which map we're going into. Again, going into Snow Peak, but not just any Snow Peak. We're going into Snow Peak Night. Oh man, these people must really hate casters. Rip me. Can I get an F in chat? Because oh man, is night casting rough. Already had to do it on Suburbia, which isn't that bad, but this is a long-range map. Es no bueno. Luckily, our first objective going into this is in the tunnels, which is nice and conveniently lit for your viewing experience. I hope we stay inside, as that would be perfect. Looks like we're just preparing or waiting for the teams to prepare and get all their strategies put together. We're going to get away from the lovely uplink. I know everybody absolutely enjoys hearing those noises, but I do not. We don't have to listen to it at all much longer as we hop into the gameplay view. Round number 1. Take a quick look at the roster here. And same players coming out into map 3.
Alright, they're probably gonna come from
Take a quick look at the overhead. Looks like we have a pretty standard kill box type setup here, with the defense actually going a little bit off. Actually, Yoizi's gonna pull back closer to the objective. Take a look at the angle he's gonna hold. He's gonna hold right in between these boxes. Gonna be very hard to spot him. Red Wolf watching the north with Night Owl watching his back in the tunnels. Keep running into these wood posts. BLK just proned right in the open there. And Shank in a ambush position, actually, it looks like here. That's going to play a key role. And if he's able to deal with 2 attackers coming this direction. Same with Yoizi, going to have to deal with Finks the Knight. Or Finks Knight. I saw the Outcast and Finks and just combined the 2. Going backwards here. Cody looking for shots onto the objective. Not gonna find anybody just yet. But as I say that, BLK actually pushes out on a rotation to check this hallway. Yoizi now gonna come for a refrag, but he doesn't find it. Cody picking up another. That is going to open up the Outcast and Finks to this approach here in the south. Shank now is going to have to rotate to deal with it. Shank looking for him as they cross the hallway. Oh, and the trade comes out near objective, but the Outcast gets caught out trying to prone. Shank quick peeks the corner, but I don't think he saw Finks down there by the objective. And the objective is open? The objective is wide open. Red the Wolf and Shank having left the objective here. Shank now the last one up. This is a wide open cap right here. Shank is nowhere near the objective, and he needs to realize that he is the last one alive now. Shank rushing in, might find the back of the capper. He finds one, but Cody has tablet out. He drops it to try and defend himself. Shank finding another, now down to a 1v1. Cody still next to the objective. Shank doesn't properly clear it. He picks back up the tablet. He is typing in the code. Oh, if he's fast enough, Shank might not get around this box. Oh, and he is. Shank not clearing the objective. Once again, getting capped on. Unfortunate Plague-Rists picking up 2 points. A great way to start off this map 3 decider. Wow. Just wow. I mean, that was just back and forth. One had the upper hand, then the other. Shank almost clutching it up. Finding 2, but not clearing the entire objective. That could have gone any direction. Wow. Let's take a look at the kill feed here. Shank with the solid 4-piece, almost getting the ace onto the whole enemy team in the first round. If he had gotten that ace, that would have been it. Oh, actually, no, he did get the last kill. Red the Wolf actually picked up one. But it still could have been anybody's round. We'll see if Task Force 511 is able to answer back with a cap of their own. This is a pretty capable objective. As you saw in the last round, it's relatively easy to catch defenders being a little over-aggressive in the tunnels and being too far off to return to the objective if they're last alive. Kind of plays into the favor of Marsoc there. even though it's a relatively defendable objective, you know, you only have a few entrances. You just hold the crosses. It's just so easy to isolate a defender. We hop into round number 2.
Oh, this is perfect. We got the jump on them. No, we got the jump on them on this one. They're not expecting to do this.
Looks like we're going to see some heavy aggression out of the quick spawn as they call out that they have the drop on them. Yoizi kind of spearheading the push here with the AUG suppressed. We're going to have to watch Moth Valley, though. Oh, he's actually way, way off the objective here. And Yoizi finds Finks. Again, the same hallway that the last team created a foothold in. Moth still very far off objective here. Not going to find anybody. Might opt to do a flank special op, shutting down the approach. If Moth Valley goes for a flank, he could easily find the back of all 3 of these attackers right here. And it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. We're going to have to keep an eye on the mini-map here to watch his approach. None of these attackers are actually watching the back. They are all huddled up here watching the same angle, and Special Ops picks up Yoizi. And now they're just kind of stuck here, and they're about to be sandwiched. If Moth Valley hurries his approach. Oh, be okay with the nice peek. And here comes Moth Valley rushing on in for the refrag.
Friendly coming round corners.
Finds BLK. And Shank. Not sure what's happening there, but now down to just Night Owl and Shank, but I don't think Shank's going to be much help. But Night Owl finds the outcast in the back. Now going to have to find Moth Valley. As they kind of dance around these corridors. Night Owl almost had a clear sight of the objective, but Moth Valley poking out and finishing it out, giving them 3-0 on the board of map 3. Again, the deciding map for the series. The unfortunate game glitch there on Shank, kind of sabotaging their approach there. I gotta wonder if that round would have come out any different if that had not happened. But it is the type of thing you have to deal with in an early access game. And now, oh so sadly, we are moving to an outside objective. Whoever chose this, I curse you forever. Can't even see the objective in here. It is so dark. Whoever chose this map is never allowed to pick maps ever again. I'm just saying. Not saying, just saying. Like, we're just waiting for the teams to finalize their plans here. If you look at the mini-map, just looking at the X's, just kind of following the shape of the tunnels, I don't know, it's a little entertaining to me. But we don't have to wait too much longer, as we are hopping straight into round number 3. Oh, we are not hopping into round number 3 as the round reset is triggered. Looking at the scoreboard, we don't have any drops here. Hopefully it's just a quick and easy tech issue to be fixed. Just making sure it's not going to take too long here. I just want to... Oh, never mind. We will hold that thought as we hopefully officially move in to round number 3 this time.
Triple 57973.
Again, I just want to showcase the night map of Snow Peak. I mean, this is what players are seeing. We do have the benefit of a little added brightness. However, I mean, no brightness, no player outlines, and no lasers. This is what the players are playing in. I mean, come on here. As Cody Logan picks up one with the early shots. Let's go ahead and get all the features back online so we can see the action properly. Shank proning in the lake. Oh, that is not going to be easy to spot at all without night vision. Just a dark blob on the ice lake. The FAMAS almost sounds like a Makarov. I keep thinking he's firing a Makarov every time he shoots at FAMAS. Oh, Yoizi calling for him to get out of the tower. Just a little too late. If Shank turns around, he could find the side of Moth and Finks, but he makes a call out and Moth hears it. And the Plague-Rists just tear the defense apart, now down to just 2 in the deciding round. Or possibly the deciding round of the series if Plague-Rists manage to take this. PK almost comes out. In the trade. Down to just Red Wolf all by himself. He's going to try and get a confirm. Finds Moth Valley in the refrag. Looking for Finks now. I don't think Finks is aware of exactly where Moth died from. And he finds the back of Finks. Picking up 2 now into the 1v3. I don't think he's going to be prepared for this approach over here, though, in the opening of the hangar. Really can't see anything. We're gonna just use the outlines. That's what we're gonna do. The Outcast tablet out, going for the objective. Red Wolf not watching it. I don't think he can catch this. This is gonna be a cap to finish off the series. The Outcast typing in the code. Red Wolf not properly watching it. As he picks up the rest of the team. Not enough, though. Plague-Rists with the 5-0. Again, the deciding map of the series. Giving them the map win and the series win with a final scoreline of 6-12. Wow. Beautiful plays from both teams. Great aggression. Solid teamwork. Plague-Rists coming out on top. The connoisseurs smiling pretty. What a series. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by and joining in. And make sure to tune in to the upcoming cast. We've got some solid venues casts, both EU and NA, coming up tomorrow. And we might have some last-minute casting pickups coming in. Actually, we do have another one, trip casting, Friendly Fire versus Bad Company, coming up here in about 30 minutes. You do not want to miss that. Go check it out. And we will see y'all next time.